Doc, how are you?
Good, Marty. How are you doing?
Oh, another day, another dollar, as they say.
Well, thank you so much for making yourself available to visit with me today. I appreciate that.
I
I'm
just wanted to see the guy that I woke up at, I think it was like 4 or 5 a.m. Utah time when I was in the Caribbean.
Yeah, I guess that was me. Sorry to bother you.
No, no, no. I was bothering you. I'm the one who woke you up that early.
Gee, I remember that now. Yeah,
Yeah, that was me back in December on a cruise ship wanting to get a massage chair before I got home. So,
well, that is wonderful. It's good. It's nice to meet you too. I do remember that phone call. Come to think of it, even though at that hour I don't usually remember a lot of things.
I don't blame you.
Now, Marty, how do you pronounce your last name?
Grusznis. English
Grusznis.
pronunciation, Grusznis.
What is that? What origin is that name?
It's a Lithuanian last name, but we're Polish by descent.
Oh, Grusznis. I didn't know how to pronounce it. I didn't want to say it in case I screwed it up, but yeah, and my last name's Widener. It's German, and everybody always calls me Wiedner, so I get used to my name not, which of course ultimately results in the word Wiener, which is what I was called my entire life.
Well, I feel your pain because my first name is Marcin, Polish for Martin, and I was called Martian all throughout grade school. So,
Yeah. Okay. Well, we share some things in common. Well, thank you so much for making time to visit with me today. Hopefully, the recording of this will work. I have had some trouble with the software that does the recording in the past, but you know what? I should turn this light on because you can't see me very good with my light behind me. Anyways, but I hopefully it looks like it's recording still pretty good. So if I have any problems, I'll just kind of interject because I don't want to lose what you're saying in case the recording stops.
sure.
Now, listen, you bought the you bought the Synca JP1100. That's the Japanese chair. That's actually the first Japanese chair with foot rollers.
hmm
So maybe what you could do, and we'll get into the talking about the chair a little bit as we go, but maybe we could start by having you kind of recap your massage chair buying experience, like from the moment it started to the time you purchased. What kind of process did you go through to arrive at that chair, to arrive at the retailer you were buying it from? What was the process?
Okay. Um, well, I'll start with probably 5, 6 years ago. I remember when I sat in a Dreamwave, one of the first Dreamwaves, and I thought at the time that that was pretty awesome. I was a little shocked at the sticker price at the time,
Yeah.
but I never forgot about it. And then I don't know. I just turned 40. I don't have time. I have a Massage Envy membership, but I never have time to go there. So I was thinking, okay, if I don't have time, then I need to make time to, and well, basically, I figured it was worth it to take a look at a massage chair.
Right.
The problem was where I live in Winston-Salem, there's not a lot of places to check out. Relax the Back is like in Charlotte and Raleigh, and but they only have like 3 models. They had the Dreamwave, they had a version of the Maestro, and they had a Human Touch, 2 Human Touch ones. That is pretty much the only experience I guess I had in comparison. Well, let me back up. Before buying your chair, I did not. The last time I sat in a massage chair was 5, 6, 7 years ago when I was in the Dreamwave.
Wow.
So I kind of bought it based solely on research.
Okay.
Um, I picked this one because it was the best-selling chair supposedly in Japan. I researched the company, and they have a long, long history of massage chairs. I figured it can't be a bad choice.
Yeah. No, it
Um,
isn't.
so, that's why we did that. Now, how did we get to you guys? After researching a lot of different retailers, between A, your policies, and B, the level of service we got from you guys, and Michael, I think, is over in LA, right?
Yep. Yep.
It made it a really easy choice.
Great.
I mean, second to none. I mean, it was easy.
Great.
Um, so we figured we pulled the trigger, we bought it, massage chair arrived. It was funny. At first, we were having, I wouldn't say buyer's regret, but one of those things you don't know what you don't know. And Michael told me that the
Laraco.
Luraco, sorry, the Luraco was basically the creme de la creme. And we almost were going to return this one and fly out to LA, try it out, and then make a decision. But Long story short, we really like the one we have. It's not perfect, but I don't think there's a perfect massage chair out there. We didn't try the Luraco, but we figure this much. We have a second home by the beach. Worst case scenario, one will be there and one will be at home. So one day we'll try the Luraco and we'll try everything else.
Well, I found it interesting that just based on those comments that the two chairs that you were interested in were, one was a Japanese brand and the other one is an American brand. Were you kind of leaning towards were you looking for that kind of quality? Is that why you went with between the American and the Japanese? Because 99% of the chairs are Chinese, but I was just wondering what it was about those that that interested you the most.
I don't know. Maybe it's just retail perception that China is going to be inferior to Japan or America. I mean, I talked to a lot of different people and they said that these chairs have come a long way and they are high quality. But I don't know, maybe it's my snobby side that wanted to have Japan versus American. I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I sat in the I think it's the version of the Maestro. There was some other, it looked exactly like the Maestro, but it wasn't.
Okay. And
it was really good too. But I mean, I don't know. It's, some people like Levi's, some people like Gap, some people like this. I don't know. I really wanted the Luraco because it is made in the USA. But like I said, that might be my next chair.
But you gravitated towards those ones. Now, and I will say the Japanese quality control and the American quality control are fantastic. But as you alluded to earlier, there are Chinese chairs now, and they're getting better and better as time goes on. The quality is getting better. The feature sets are good. But I was just curious to know your take on that. So thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
So you get the chair in your house. I don't know if did you get it for any particular reason? Like, did you have back pain or neck pain or trouble sleeping or stress, or was there any particular symptom or issue that you were trying to get help with?
It was more proactive than reactive. I don't really have back pain or any symptoms yet. But I know that I'm 40 and I don't want them, and I know the benefits, talk to any chiropractor. Well, actually, you're a chiropractor, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
Yeah, you talk to any of you guys and stuff, and I'm very aware of how the neck and your spine, I mean, that's literally what holds your whole body together.
Right.
And the importance of keeping it healthy and good, and, the benefits of massage chairs, increased blood flow, different things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I love getting a massage at Massage Envy. I had my masseuse there that I loved, but I just don't have the time. Yeah. So this was, it was more proactive than reactive.
Well, I think that's outstanding. I think it should be a part of a wellness, program of some sort in your life. Since you started using it, have you noticed anything? Was there anything? And I always ask this because I didn't used to ask this in my early interviews, but so many people were making comments about how the chairs were affecting them that they hadn't planned on. Has there been any benefit that you weren't counting on that maybe you saw, like, oh my goodness, XYZ better or whatever, anything like that?
There's 3 things that I changed in the beginning of this new year: diet, hot yoga, and massage chair.
Okay.
Between those 3 things, I'm 40 now. I feel like I'm 20 again,
really?
Which is amazing. So.
That is outstanding. I'm 59, and today I feel like I'm 59. I need a little bit more of that. Maybe I need some hot yoga. I was at a seminar last night, and they were talking about goat yoga. Have you ever heard of goat yoga?
I know nothing about yoga. I only go because my wife makes me.
Well, she's a good woman, and you're a good man to follow that. But there's this yoga where they have goats walking on your back. I couldn't believe it. I guess this is an up-and-coming thing. I don't know. They say you have to bring an extra change of shirt and pants just in case the goat craps on you or pees on you. But anyways, the hot yoga sounds a little better. Okay, so you get the chair. You're getting accustomed to the feel of it. You're getting accustomed to the programs and how it feels. If you could, is there one particular feature about the chair that you just love, that's your favorite thing?
I mean, I don't have too much to compare it to. I just think it does a really good job. I mean, I don't think a chair could get closer to feeling like human hands, and I like a good deep tissue.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I read about this one. Like, the Dreamwave is very soft. Like, if I wanted to be tickled, I'd have my wife get some feathers or something. I mean, the butt thing on the Dreamwave is pretty awesome, but with this one, I put it on full blast, and it just really, I mean, you could feel it going into the spine, shoulder
Yeah.
blades, butt, all that stuff. And it's interesting too because I mean, I like how it almost feels like a human because it'll go in and then slow down, and then go in and then slow down.
Yeah.
And the different depths and making it wider, narrower, the different program. I mean, I just love what it does to the back and shoulders.
Yeah.
Neck, it's okay. All the other things are okay, but the neck and shoulders, it does, I think, a phenomenal job.
Good job. Yeah, I've heard that before. I appreciate that input. Is there anything about the chair that you don't really care for?
The
Or
foot rollers.
what's that?
The foot rollers.
The one thing that we thought was going to be so cool to have is something you don't really like. Is it because you don't like something touching your feet, or is it because it's too strong, or too what?
It's it. I mean, they're just roll. It really doesn't do anything for me. Like the human touch. I think their foot rollers or their whole foot contraption
Yeah.
is superior to this one. The hand massage is also very. I mean, it's there, but whatever. I
Just
mean,
ordinary.
half the time I just go like this, and I don't even do the
Yeah.
massage for the hands. It's designed in a way. It's funny because I think it's designed well for my body. I'm 5'10", and I think it being Japanese, I'm sure most people there are probably average 5'8", 5'9", 5'10" max.
Yeah.
But it's funny when you have it fully reclined, the way they design the hand, where the hands go, it's supposed to be able to get your hands and your forearms,
Hmm.
but by the time you're fully reclined, and my arms aren't that short,
Yeah.
it only gets my hands.
Okay.
So I
Yeah.
mean, if you don't have it reclined, if you're sitting normally in it, then you'll be able to get arm and forearms.
Right.
But I would imagine most people will have it fully reclined to
Yeah.
get more. Well, at least for me, so I can get more of that, more deeper into my back.
Yeah, I've heard that before about other models as well. That's not certainly not unique to that chair, but I understand that it kind of bothers because you kind of want to go back and have your arms be able to still stay in have the same coverage. So I get that. Um, so,
Sorry,
let me know if
that's
you've
my
got to
alarm
go.
actually to call you. I thought it was 3:30. Forgive me. So
Well, I'm glad we got together. Now tell me, did if you okay? So not knowing what you know now, and there's someone that is interested in buying a massage chair. What advice would you give them, having gone through this? Of course, your experience went through 5-6 years, but if you could give some word of advice to someone who's thinking about getting a chair, what kind of direction would you give them?
um, well, I mean, the biggest thing I would do if they have the luxury of doing it and the time, I would, fly out to Utah or fly out to LA, come see you guys,
Hmm.
spend a day there, feel it out and see kind of what you like, what you don't like. But even with that, I think one day with multiple chairs might be difficult to pinpoint.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think doing what you're doing right now is talking to customers who purchased it, having them give the specific input on the chairs
Yeah.
would be valuable because you read reviews online and, reviews are only as good as the person writing them and, their perspective.
Yeah.
Like me trying to share with you what was important to me. Like, I told you I like very deep massages. I don't like Swedish. I want deep tissue.
Yeah.
And this machine, the way it cranks, and I put my dad in there, and he started screaming, because I had it too high. I forgot to turn it down for him. But for me, I wanted to get into those knots.
But
That's
see,
what I.
that is helpful. That's helpful because there are people that want an intense massage, and so that is very, very helpful to people that are looking. So I appreciate that. Sorry, I interrupted you, but
Oh
go,
no, no.
keep going.
Yeah. I mean, as far as intensity, it's one of the stronger machines I've been in. But I mean, and again, I go back to the fact that, it's not perfect, but I don't think there is a perfect machine out there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Michael really sold me on the Lyrica, whatever. But again, like they're nowhere near me and stuff. So that'll be possibly my next chair. Our next purchase will definitely be flying either to you or to LA, spending at least a day over there, feeling them out, especially now that we have a little bit of experience with it. I mean, we really like ours. You know, at first, like I said, we were gonna almost return it. I even called Michael. I'm like, I think we jumped the gun on this one. But after spending more time with it, we really like it. I think it does a really good job. So.
That is exactly, well, that's one of the reasons why we have a 90-day return policy, because, you know, some companies have 7 or 14 days or 1 month, but sometimes it takes a little, like you say, getting used to it. And all of a sudden you realize, you know what, I like this chair. And by golly, I've had the time to really play with it and feel it. And yeah, so I think that in this case, it really served you to have that 90-day warranty, because you didn't feel pressured to send it back right away or whatever. So I'm glad to hear that. Well, do you have any parting advice or any parting comments or tips?
I just your marketing or your loyalty things, the things that you send out between the Coco, the postcards, doing this, really shows that you're very, very passionate and care about A, what you're doing, and B, about your clients. It's very uncommon today. So that's one thing. I hope you get the message out there to people, because I don't know. I would not even you give me, Walt Disney has the best rule for business. If you don't give the customer a reason to say no, they won't say no. You gave me no reasons to say no to you, and I definitely plan on coming back. So.
Well, good. Thanks. We'll get you in that Luraco chair for your other house when the time comes. But no, I appreciate that. And you know, I'm very, very much involved in my business. I am the face of it, but I really believe in being engaged with the customers, and I like an interview like this, and I appreciate that. And by the way, if you do decide to go to LA, let me know, because I fly out there usually once or twice a month to work with the guys and hang out at the store. I could maybe come the day you're there and meet you, and we could do lunch together or something like that. That'd be great. Or if you come to Salt Lake, of course we'll take you out to lunch anyways. I'll be here.
I prefer Salt Lake because it's a little. I used to live in LA, well, in Irvine, and not my favorite place. Utah is much more beautiful. Let me ask you this too. Based on what I told you, the feedback, you know, with a strong massage, you know, I mean, all the other stuff. Like my problem areas are like my neck and shoulders and back. Like, okay, I guess you said I said I was more proactive. Like I had football injuries to my neck. I mean, it's not horrible, but it does bug me. I don't think there is a single machine out there that does a really good neck massage, because it's such a hard place to do. But I don't know. Outside of the Lyrica, you know, Michael mentioned maybe the Infinity we might like. Are there any other ones that you think would be, like, I want to narrow it down to 3 for our next purchase?
Well, you know, as a general rule, chairs that have dual rollers instead of 4 rollers typically can dig deeper. And I believe the Synca JP1100 has 2 rollers. The Luraco Aerobotic 7 has 2 rollers. I believe the Ogawa Smart 3D and the Touch 3D have 2 rollers. So there are chairs that have dual rollers, but they can dig in more because the force coming from the massage arm, from the massage mechanism into the rollers, is now focalized to 2 rollers instead of 4. When you have 4, it kind of disperses a little bit, so it doesn't feel as intense. Now, having said that, the Infinity IT8500X3 has a really good, strong quad roller. That's probably the chair Michael was talking about. Plus, that chair also has a very good stretch. But the Luraco and the Synca, and I think a couple of the Osaki, I think they're Japan chairs. I think those ones are dual rollers. I can't recall, but the Synca is, and you're going to get a deeper massage that way. It's maybe just a matter of you trying out a few of them to see which one really does dig in deep. The Luraco does dig in deep. Yeah, it does. And when you come out and try it, you'll know it. You'll see it.
I think ultimately there's a trade-off with every single one. Like, I really loved having, it's the L track that's the long one? Or the
it goes under the butt.
Yeah. Trying that out, it was great. But then there was some other trade-off, you know. I don't know. I think, you know, there's always trade-offs. You get this, but you might not get that. You'll get this, but you, so, I mean, we'll figure it out. I know that my wife and I are very happy. We have no regrets. We just know, worst case, this one goes to the beach house or this one goes to my parents. or we keep this one and we buy. Who knows? I know that we're happy, and there's no immediate need for another one, but it would be nice to go over there and see what we might be missing out on. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure glad that you got one that you like and that it turned out to be the right fit for you for now. And I'm glad you're happy with it, for heaven's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
And but I really appreciate you taking time to meet with me. I know you're a busy guy, and so I really appreciate this time you've taken. And I'm looking forward to I'll post it tonight on YouTube. But you know, this helps people that are looking for chairs to hear your perspective and your objective. I'm not just trumping this up. This isn't you know, prearranged or fixed, or there's no script. So this is objective and sincere, and people appreciate that. So you will do some good for other people that are shopping, and I really appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. I hope that, I don't know, it's funny. One person told me massage chairs in Japan are like jacuzzis are here. You know, a lot of people have jacuzzis at their home.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people need to start having massage chairs in their home, because it's gonna, I don't know, it's a worthy investment. I mean, it's a lot of money, but it's definitely worth it. So
I agree. Plus, it's right here in your living room or bedroom or whatever, and you can sit on and watch TV or before you go to bed. So it's really a more convenient gadget or thing to use than a hot tub in many instances. But I wouldn't mind a hot tub, to be honest with you. But but the chair is great. But thank you so much, Marty. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to meeting you in person one day when you're looking for the other chair. But let me know if you have any issues. You know how to get a hold of me if you have any concerns or whatever.
Do we need to fill out any kind of, now that we've decided to keep it, do we need to fill out any like registration warranty thing or anything?
I don't think so. I have not received, we're actually getting our Synca JP1100 in our showroom this next week, and I haven't even gone through the packaging to know. But if there is something that needs to be sent in, it'll be in your package. And it sounds like you don't have it. Now that chair comes with a 5-year parts and labor warranty.
Another reason why we bought it.
Wow, that's huge. There's no other company that has a default 5 years parts and labor in-home warranty, so that's pretty incredible.
I figured they have confidence in their product, so.
Well, they're a good company. Like our contact over there, Nick, he's taken care of some of my customers in the past, and they do a good job. So I have no qualms recommending that chair to anyone because of the quality, the warranty, and the customer support. Fantastic. So. Cool. But if you do have a question, just call myself or Michael. We're always available.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. We'll definitely be around for our next massage chair. If I have, maybe if I'm feeling an elaborate present for my parents, we'll get them a massage chair for Christmas. So.
All right. Well, let us know. Give us a call.
Awesome. Thank you, Doc.
Thanks, Marty. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.